Thank you for joining me on my channel. I know I have been MIA for like the past year. I'm not even gonna lie, I've been MIA. I've been going through a lot within my business, within my personal life, and I'm here today to say I'm back. I am taking full control back over my YouTube channel, my content, my business. I want to give you guys a little background about what has been going on within the past year, because 2023 I almost went broke, and it almost broke me mentally, spiritually, and financially. So let's get right into it. Hey guys, if you may not know, my name is Ivory and I am the owner of iLuxe Lash here in Dallas. I used to be located in Houston and I'm originally from Philly. I used to be so much more consistent with my content, give you guys all of my journey, all the tips and tricks, how to get your sets, how to do your content, running your business, marketing tips that I implemented within my own business. And then somehow, some way, social media and growth has just taken over. And within that, I feel like I have gotten lost and kind of misled in my journey. It's really hard when you are a first-time entrepreneur and you don't really have that guidance of somebody helping you, telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing, and just like, you know, trying to figure out things. So it's a lot of trial and error, and within those trial and errors, it hits you financially, it hits you mentally, and sometimes it definitely hits you spiritually. So the one thing that I'm reclaiming in 2024, I'm reclaiming back my power. And I'm just going in a whole new direction. 2023, I want to give you guys just a little bit of a backstory so that when you move forward within your journey, you take some of these notes from this video and implement them into your journey. Okay, so 2023, it started off really rocky. I had a full house of artists, and I went through a lot of things with trying to hire artists underneath commission, underneath my brand. The one thing that I find that is really hard when you're trying to hire artists underneath your brand on a commission-based salon is everybody doesn't have the same work ethic. They don't have the same style. They don't receive and understand information the way that you might be delivering it, and everybody has a different learning pace, right? The one thing that I see within the lash industry is that a lot of people don't take lashing as serious until they see somebody else doing it, or they feel like they can ride somebody else's coattail, but they don't necessarily take it as serious within their journey as you might have, because you might see the fruits and the longevity within it, and you might really be invested in it, but not everybody is as invested as you. And I had to learn that within my journey. I went through a lot of lash girls. None stuck, except for one. None stuck, okay? And throughout that journey, it was really hard, and I really didn't have any idea of what I was doing. So if I had to do it all over again and I had to give somebody advice on having a commission-based salon, I would definitely say make sure everybody's underneath the same contract, everybody's on the same rules, and definitely understand where people are with lashing. Meet them where they are. If you have somebody that is just great at classics is all they are doing. If you have somebody that's great at volume and styling is all they're doing. Definitely have rules within your salon, because your salon definitely has standards, and if they do not meet that requirement, you give them maybe 3 tries and that's it. For me, my standards are your dress. How do you come to work? Because your appearance definitely matters. How do you interact with your clients? Your time. Do you come to work on time? Because you should not be 10 to 15 minutes late every time you have a client. And also just your overall professionalism. Are you professional, and do you do what the task is at hand? Just because you are a commission-based salon or lash artist doesn't mean that you don't have a job description to do. In every industry, every field, you have a job description. You have things that you have to achieve within that job. And the one thing that I feel like a lot of people, they'll count your pockets when you're in commission based, but they don't want to do the work that you're doing. They don't want to make the investment that you're investing. They don't want to pour the money into it that you're pouring into it. And when you have a lot of different people with different personalities and perspectives, sometimes you as the salon owner, the commission based manager owner, your judgment can get lost because it's just too many voices all at one time. So what I would say is, if you do not know, definitely get you a mentor. Read a lot of books on business. Think about it. If you was commission-based engines, figure out what's your non-negotiables and which you cannot put up with, and that's that, okay? And like the one thing that you really have to be mindful, and something that I went through in my business, was having people that undermine you. Like, you charge one price and then you give them clients and then they charge that client a whole different price. Like, to me, that's a huge no-no. I would never in my life allow anybody to sit in my salon and think that that is okay. Once you decide that you can undercharge what we charge in the salon as a whole, as the team, and take money out of all of our pockets, because that's what you're essentially doing, taking money out of everybody's pocket so that you can have it for yourself and build your clientele on this lower income based level, and we're not doing that as a whole, it definitely deteriorates your brand. It definitely takes away from your management style, and it definitely takes away from your professionalism. So that is my non-negotiable, and that is something that I definitely went through, and it literally drained me. Like, I feel like emotionally and financially it drained me. Okay, so 2022 I moved into a salon space of 1,500 square feet. Absolutely love it. Like, it's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I had this mindset in my head, like, this is what I want to do, this is how I always visioned it. And sometimes God gives you things just so you can experience it and make sure if that's what you really want to do. And for me, I feel like God definitely gave it to me. Like, he definitely tested my hand to see if that's what I really wanted to do. So having a commission-based salon is definitely not something that I wanted to do after I got it. Okay, let me say that. After I got it, now that I'm in the era of having it, it all plummets and it all goes downhill. Rent still has to be paid. Okay, I am in a really high-end part of Dallas. I'm in North Park, Dallas, near North Park Mall, near Trader Joe's, near Whole Foods. Like, the rent here is definitely a pricier rent. It's definitely expensive. So I had to carry the weight of the salon rent for an entire year, on top of my house bills, on top of my inventory. Somewhere along the way, something's definitely going to get dropped. You can't carry the ball on everything, especially when you don't have a team and you feel like you're doing everything by yourself. The team that you was building is crumbling. It's like, okay, what is my direction? The number one thing that I feel like I need to personally strengthen on is delegating. When you are so used to doing everything yourself and you try to delegate, it's like you have to build it into your mindset that I have to teach myself how to actually delegate. So there we have this 1,500 square feet. We have all of this space and the rent needs to be paid. So then I opened up a lash school. I absolutely love, love, love the lash school. We are still a licensed lash facility to this date, but I closed that as well. If you are interested in opening up a lash school, I definitely feel like it's something that you should do, especially if you feel like this is what you want to do. But just know, when you're opening up a lash school, definitely have the capital behind you, definitely have the staff behind you, and definitely understand some of it needs to be online. Nobody's going to say it, but I'm going to say it for you. You have to understand that you being there every day of the week by yourself or with one other person, that was draining. Okay, it helped financially, yes, but it was so draining. Okay, now I'm like, oh my god, I'm stuck. I feel like I'm drowning. I don't know what to do. I don't want to do the school anymore. It was going well too. I had 2 semesters. Okay, every girl that went graduated and got her license. So it's not like we wasn't teaching them the right things, and they're all doing really well, but it's like it was just so draining. Okay, because I'm the face of my brand. Everybody wants me to teach them. Everybody wants to come to me, and for me personally, it was just too much. Like, literally, it was too much. And in the midst of us doing our 2nd semester, my dad dies out of nowhere. Like, get a call, he's not going to make it, out of nowhere. And I just felt like in that time of me grieving, I didn't have any time to grieve. So the one thing that I took away from that was my time is something that I cannot get back. Like, it's so precious to me, and I'm working underneath this pressure, and I'm not even mentally here in this moment. So the school for me, it helped financially, but where I wanted to be and where I needed to be mentally, the school was not it. It took up too much of my time, and I was drained when it was over. I was doing school and some clients and trying to get back into doing e-commerce. It was just too many things. So the one thing that I learned from that is time is definitely of the essence, and that's the one thing that I would rather steal back. It's all of my time. It's not a dollar in this world that I'd rather get back, because you can make it back, but my time is more precious to me than anything. And I feel like as I'm rebranding, as I'm reclaiming, I seen this video on Huda Beauty here on YouTube, and she said that she's doing 80-20 in her business. And whatever it's not succeeding or fueling the business, or something that they're not loving and they're not seeing the numbers that they want to see, it has to go. So I'm 80-20ing it. Whatever is at a higher capacity, that's what I'm pushing. And whatever it's not, it has to go. So as I branch back into e-commerce, because that's my one thing I want to do. I love teaching and getting the products to go with it and recreating styles to go with the products. Like, I want to do that, right? And I felt like all of the avenues and paths that I've taken to do these things, I felt like I could do it all. But learning, you can't. Like, you genuinely cannot do it all. So I am rebranding. I am doing 80/20. I want to change how I do all of my content, and everything I show, I want to show how to use these products. I want to show how these products work, why these products work, how to create these styles using these particular products. And I just want to show people that lashing is not hard. It's really easy, and it's extremely lucrative. I've been lashing for 7 years, and I've taken this serious the last 4 years of my life. And I feel like God has put me on this journey, and I've helped so many people get to where they need to be, or just help them along their path. And I genuinely feel like God has placed me here because he's like, listen, I'm showing you, you could do it. And if you just believe and you just keep going, keep being consistent, keep trying, and show up every day, not even perfect every day, but just show up every day, I promise I'll get you there. So that's the one thing that I'm trying to take into 2024 as I'm building and rebranding. I won't be done rebranding my brand probably until the end of the year, but I want to take my time with each piece of it, and I want to restructure it and redo it again. So instead of doing a full-based salon of lash artists, because lash artists don't even be really serious for real, let's be for real, and instead of having a school, now I have a full base salon. Everybody is booth rental or room rental, because I have like 3 rooms in here. And that was hard, but it was so much more easy because people understand why they're coming to work and they need to make this money. They need it just as much as I need it, you know? And as I go deeper into 2024, I really want to just be all product based. All of it. I want to create products that are easy to use, that are easy to understand, and they could give you the look that you're looking for. When I first started lashing, I tried so many different products, and I didn't even understand what they was for. Like, I remember I used to use Lash Box's Super Bonder. I didn't even know what Super Bonder was for. Like, the way they were showing us that it was used for, I still don't understand to this date. So I just personally feel like I want to create products that are so easy to understand, where you don't necessarily have to take a class just to learn how to do a style or use a product. Like, I'm showing you how to do it, and it's going to make it so much easier for you. You're going to learn so many different things. I'm just restructuring and rebranding. So I'm really excited. My goal is to do a video every week for you guys, showing you a different style, different products and everything. And I'm so excited. And to do these particular things, you have to focus on one thing. If I didn't learn anything in 2023, and I still say this to myself every day, take your time and focus on one thing at a time. You can't do it all. You can't. Delegation is going to be your best friend, and just knowing where you fall and just showing up every day some way. Don't put too much on your plate. Don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace. You got this. The journey is yours. Don't lose yourself trying to be what they show on social media, because nobody shows you when they're failing. Nobody shows you when they're not making any money. Nobody shows you when they're late on their car payments, they're late on their credit card payments, they can barely pay their booth, their rentals or their house rent, their mortgage, whatever. Nobody shows that. So don't try to keep up with an image that just doesn't align with who you are. If you're still trying to figure out what your journey is, you have to give it 100% to actually be so much involved, and you have to just try. That trial and error is definitely a part of your journey. It's definitely a part of your lesson. It's just who you are. Like, it just makes you stronger throughout your journey. So I am reclaiming iLuxe 2024. So come on, y'all, follow me on my journey, and make sure you subscribe to this channel, because it's definitely about to be a good ride, okay?